Tap into the sounds that heal and words that awaken. Soul Ohm Collective brings both. Their music is a vessel, a sacred offering of rhythm, affirmations, and spirit. Listen and download at professorgriff.bandcamp.com. To invite Soul Ohm Collective to your space, text 678-557-2919. Soul Ohm Collective.
All right, greetings, peace. This is Professor Griff, and this is the late night edition of the Masses, brought to you by Black Power Media Reloaded. If you are within the sound of my voice, somebody shouted out something. Let me know you out there. C-Dub, man, I ain't seen you in a minute. Maybe because I don't come on at night no more. All right. I decided to come on tonight. I had the rehearsal, Soul Ohm, practice. I'm feeling kind of good. The divine Miss M came through with her bass. All right. We miss Ashia. She a little under the weather, but hey, sometimes it happens to the best of us. Get well, sis. Rashida Ali came through with her flute. Miss Flautis and my man Jay Battle came through, set up the trap set and got down. All right, then yours truly, Professor Grip, on percussion and vocals. All right, greetings, family. I promised everyone I would definitely come on this evening. It was supposed to come on at 11. Yeah, I started yawning already. I couldn't do 11. I said, well, let me come on now, kind of get it over with. All right. So it's a beautiful thing that I was able to come on this evening simply because I think this is the topic that I kind of think that we need to kind of dive into and pay a little stricter attention to. And that topic being the CEO of Target reached out to the Right Reverend Al Sharpton and wanted to have a closed door meeting. Which I thought was very interesting, to say the least. And the reason why I say that, it's because let me see. It's because a minute ago, Target showed they whole ass and gave us the goddamn business. Like, yo, basically like, nah, we kind of like, we're going to roll back this diversity, equity, inclusion. Hold on. Let me put it in here so I can show y'all. Al Sharpton. This is what I presently had in front of me. Just, you know, I guess they got a new mode now. I guess it's AI mode. And y'all already know what AI means and stands for. King Simon, a few other people did the numerology. All right. It says Al Sharpton and Target. Al Sharpton, hold on. Let me do it right, fam, because y'all can't see that just yet. I'm getting too ahead of myself. Hold on. Someone sent me a message and said that gum must be good. I didn't even realize I was chewing this gum like that. But y'all are clever. Okay, I get you. You're right. Yeah, my mom would have popped me in the mouth already. Who's that popping that gum in my house? Your mom would have did the same thing. Stop playing. My mom was a strict country girl, so come on. Anyway, Al Sharpton, the founder and president of the National Action Network, NAN, N-A-N, has recently been involved in discussions with Target regarding the company's diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI initiatives. Here's a summary of their interaction. Meeting with Target. Very interesting. The meeting with Target CEO Sharpton met with Target CEO Brian Cornell to address concerns about the company's decision to roll back some DEI programs. Understanding, fam, if you do not know what DEI is, which is diversity, equity, and inclusion, look up all three words and understand the placement of this particular concept in society in which we live. All right. Then we need to know and understand who are the primary beneficiaries of this particular program, DEI, like critical race theory, like affirmative action, like all these other programs that they roll out. The majority people that benefit are white people, and then out of that group, it's white women. Are you saying that black people are qualified to have these jobs without getting a handout, without getting let in because of the color of their skin, without getting let in because they have to meet a certain quota? That's exactly what I'm saying. Black people, especially black women, are qualified to hold these positions. All right. So boycott considerations following the meeting. Sharpton stated he would consider a boycott if Target does not reaffirm its commitment to black business employees and consumers. Consider a boycott. Al Sharpton, what are you talking about? We've been boycotting. Yeah, something is not right about that. Something is not right about that part of the goddamn conversation. Y'all got to help me out with that one. I'm not understanding that, Al. Ain't nobody been in Target. Ain't nobody going back to Target. Target showed their whole ass and yeah, for us to kiss, and no, it's not happening. It is absolutely not happening. All right. Boycott considerations. Following the meeting, Sharpton stated that he would consider a boycott. When have we ever went back? No. Some simpleton did a whole Instagram post talking about what we should boycott the corner store. Boycott the corner store? For what? So you are going to jump in your car and drive 8 goddamn miles to get some toilet tissue when you can go right to the bodega or right to the corner store, if you even have a corner store where you live. Because to be honest with you, I live in Georgia. You ain't going nowhere without jumping in your car. So what corner store are you talking about, love? I don't know. Anyway, this whole idea now of constructive dialogue. We've had constructive dialogue. When Target, Walmart, and a few other those companies decided to roll back DEI, which was benefiting white people, the few little crumbs that we were getting, we took that and made something. You know how, like, you don't have no food in the refrigerator or in the pantry or in the cupboard or whatever, and Big Mama come in and make you a whole goddamn meal, and you didn't think no food was in the house? That's what we did with the little crumbs and benefits that fell from the rich white man's table in reference to DEI, and we made a whole goddamn meal, made a whole business out of it. Black companies had their products in Targets. You understand what I'm saying? Black people had jobs working at Target. So when they rolled back DEI, it's like, okay, but because they thought they were supporting a president-elect that was basically just going to kind of come in and make everything peaches and cream, and insulting black people right to our faces. We're like, nope, 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 nope. We will not be doing that. All right. Ongoing concerns. While Sharpton acknowledged a positive initial meeting, some like Pastor Jamal Bryant have expressed dissatisfaction and continue to advocate for a potential boycott, citing a lack of concrete steps taken by Target to address concerns. In summary, Al Sharpton and the National Action Network have engaged with Target regarding concerns about their DEI rollbacks and with the potential for further action depending on Target's response. The right, Reverend Al. Sounds like a setup to me, bro. Yeah. That sounds like a setup. Either one or two things is happening, Alan. We're not stupid. We're learning from history. All right? Do not go in there, that meeting, or come out of that meeting, or continue to have dialogue with them people with your hand out. All right? Don't do that. Don't do that, Al. Don't do that. Take a position in support of your people. We're showing them the flex. You speak to us in any crazy kind of way, and you don't respect us as a people, yes, we will take our $1 trillion somewhere else. We don't have a problem with that. And we're not going to take it to your cousin at Wally World. All right, because they did the same damn thing. I stopped going to Target and Wally World. You are not, absolutely not getting my business. All right? And I am going to support Big Mama and her husband at the corner store. Because in some small cities, that's all they got. That's all they have. So before we start talking about boycott the corner store, hold on. Dang. Hold on, fam. One second. Give me a second. All right, let me get back. They won't let me back. Hold on. All right, I guess we got to do it without Instagram tonight. All right. Like I was saying, this whole idea of Al Sharpton meeting. First of all, let's talk about that. Without insulting anyone, no one selected or elected Al Sharpton to be Black folks' leader. They even said it in one of the articles that Al Sharpton basically was a civil rights leader. Well, our degree of consciousness and the way we move is way beyond civil rights. All right, so yeah. Help me out, fam. I just don't I haven't heard anything from Al Sharpton in a long time. Sharpton gets millions of dollars from MSNBC, I believe it, the network he works for. And then the National Action Network, which millions of dollars have flowed through those coffers. And I don't know. No one that I know has been asked to come speak, or the whole political education classes or whatever for the National Action Network. So help me understand that. Can y'all raise your hand and let me know if Al Sharpton is the leader for the Black community? Now I'm waiting. Matter of fact, let me put the invite in the chat. I put the invite in the chat in case anyone want to come on. So listen, I'm not sure what I'm hearing and what I'm not hearing and how this thing works. So they call Al Sharpton. Al, can I let you know something, bro? Nothing against you, but Black people are moving out of the mindset of having a leader. We're moving more so in the way of thinking that we are our own leaders. Ernest Grant sounds like Al Sharpton is late to the protest party. Thank you. He didn't get the backstage wristband or something. I don't know, bro. We don't move like that anymore, Al. Al, we don't move like that anymore. We're not waiting around on a leader to instruct us and tell us where to go and what to do. We have millions of Black people, all right, that are awake and that are aware. Each one of us are the leaders. Vicky, you are the leader. All right, Daryl Jackson, you are the leader. All right, Milk 35, you are the leader. Goddess Teresa, you are the leader. Tylene, you are the leader. C Dub, you are the leader. Mr. VIP 317, you are the leader. Bantu Mandinka, you are the leader. All the people over here, we're not waiting around for a leader to kind of instruct us on where to go. We're getting our instructions from the Most High. Mrs. Moore, you are the leader. We're going to be a united, independent people. All right? Now, we don't mind someone coming up in that leadership capacity, but everybody ain't going to follow them. All right? Because it almost seems like once they kill and knock off the leader, the rest of us just kind of start running around, bumping heads, not confused, not know where to go. No. We're going to have a million Black leaders. So no, unless the Al Sharptons of the world and the rest of these people come speak to us, all power to all the people. That's how we moving, Al. All power to all of the people. Unless you come speak to us, there ain't nothing moving and ain't nothing shaking. Nope. We're going to continue to boycott Target, Targets, whatever you want to call them. There ain't enough meeting with Negro leaders. Nope, we're not doing that no more. We did that, and that don't work because the so-called leader run off with the money, start the organization, and forget about the rest of us. Not doing that. We're not doing that. We are raising our degree and our level of consciousness into the mind of God. All of us are going to be the leader. So if you're just now coming on and trying to understand why we're not shopping at Target, because Target is very disrespectful. It not only did it roll back its DEI initiatives, it went back on everything else. So, but with the DEI initiative, we had some kind of leverage to the point where we could have went in and asked for a raise for all of the black workers if we was organized enough. But we want to ask Target a question. What was the impetus in rolling back on the DEI initiatives? Thank you, Megan _IG. Target DEI is BS and Walmart too. Thank you. We were not the sole beneficiaries of what was coming out of the DEI programs. We were not. So we're going to start, all of us are going to start thinking like leaders. All right? And if anyone like Al Sharpton gets called in, yeah, we're going to have the town hall meeting. Because we're moving the way we're supposed to move. All power to all the people. Everybody tell everybody, don't go to Target. Don't go to Target. And who's next on the list? Walmart? Who's next on the list after that? Y'all ain't got to worry about too many places because I had a list. Where's my list at? Of all of the stores that are closing. Okay. Hold on. All right. All power to all the people. That's what the t-shirt gonna say. That's what the bumper sticker gonna say. That's how we thinking. That's how we moving. All power to all the people. All right. You see what tends to happen, family? Target will call in one individual, thinking that individual have the hearts and the minds of the people. They'll finance that one particular individual and funnel $1 million to that person's organization. They'll get a few of their friends and some other people that don't really threaten the status quo. They'll get a few people to go back into Target. They'll make some small business, black business people, a couple of deals, get a couple of dolls and toys and some other stuff back in there. But other than that, for the masses, no. That's how that works. We're not going for that. We're telling everybody, stand down. It's all power to all the people. Plain and simple. I put the invite in the chat. Come on. Let's hear your voice and hear what you have to say about it. All right. I'm inviting people to come on. So I put the link in the chat. If you want to come on and be a part of the discussion, if you want to call in, please do so. But now, it also says, Sharpton expressed concerns that Target's action could signal a backing away from previous commitments. Well, Al, they already did. They already backed away from previous commitments. No one understands this. This is exactly what they did. This is why we decided. And, we feel a certain way about Jamal Bryant. I'm sure he already know. We feel a certain way. But it didn't take a Jamal Bryant to let us know that we boycotting. Maybe the church folks, but those of us that are out in these digital streets and we're awake and aware, we already knew. We're just not going to be handled in that particular way and then hang around and continuously give you our money. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. All right. I'm going to put the link for the invite for you to call in back in the chat. Hold on. Let me snatch the invite. All right. Megan's _ IG. What do you think they're trying to do? Just curious. Destroying Department of Education, and yet you are hiring people that are not qualified for these cabinet positions. Make that make any kind of goddamn sense. I'll wait. Help me out, fam. I'm here. Help me make that make sense. You have qualified people that you are firing in order to hire people that are less qualified for the position. Then you had the nerve to turn around and ask them same individuals to train the people that you bring. You out your goddamn mind. No. I'm already on the job for 10 years. You bring someone on that's less qualified than I am. You give me a notice that I'm being laid off or fired. But before I leave, I have to train someone else for my position. Are you serious? Are you serious? No, you cannot be serious. You cannot be serious. Eric Anthony, how you feel? What's good with you? Most all leadership positions have unqualified white people. Yeah. I would agree. And I think most white people know that. That's not even up for debate. They're trying to get rid of all of the people they're threatened by. Oh, the government of humanity is too big. We could. Vicky, you kind of radical. There's certain things I can't say on here, Vicky. Vicky, you really radical, seriously. That's crazy thinking, Professor Griff. That's crazy. That's crazy thinking, Professor Griff. Al Sharpton is late to the party. Indeed, he is. Hold on, let me put that up. He's late because being counterfeit. I don't know. Duke, I can't even understand what you wrote. Yeah, they want you to train them. Exactly. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So once we started pulling back and we peel one layer off and we start looking at what DEI really is, we was like, okay, well, mostly white women were benefiting from that anyway. So what does it kind of matter to us? We've always had to make something from nothing. What is that? Alchemy? Eric Anthony, is that alchemy? Gerald, is that alchemy? Kevin H, is that alchemy? Yoga with Melissa, isn't that alchemy? Okay, taking a base lead, a metal, molding and shaping it and putting it under intense heat, putting the necessary spirit and properties into it and making it shine like gold. The transformation process, that's alchemy. That's alchemy. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back. Hopefully someone will come on. I'm going to put the caller information inside the chat once again. I got to play a commercial. I will be right back, fam. All right, fam, coming to a consciousness near you. WIAG, which is Warriors in a Garden. All right, Warriors in a Garden. All right, we're going to start the process. All right, of bringing the warriors together in every city. All right, under some rules, regulations, Everyone's going to be vetted. We're going to have some serious conversations. We're going to put some serious things in place so we can respond accordingly to the needs of the community. All right. First, we need to start with the men. We're going to pull the young boys into it so we can get them right so they can stop wilding and shooting and killing and all this other madness in the street. Then we can invite the sisters in. All right. Then we can balance this thing out and invite couples and families and that kind of thing. We have to start somewhere, fam. And I'm just doing my part. It's called Warriors in a Garden. All right. Probably this weekend, definitely on Monday, you'll be able to register. All right. It's going to be a subscription membership situation where we got to pay into it. Something very small, but we have to pay into it because we have to call on all those elders to come and step forth, and we have to protect them. All right. And we have to bring them in spaces that safe spaces so they can speak to young people. All right. We have to do that. There's a lot more programs that go along with that, but it's a beautiful thing. My group, the Soul Om Collective, is going to be at the Malcolm X Festival. All right. May 17th at West End Park in Atlanta, Georgia. The festival is May 17th and May 18th. My band is getting down. It's the 100th year of Malcolm X, celebrating Malcolm X. So make sure you'll do it in your city or come on to Atlanta and check out the Malcolm X Festival here with yours truly, Professor Griff. All right. If you're still interested in the FAST training, which is the firearm safety training, all right, we're registering people right now. All right. Take my number down, 678-557-2919. 678-557-2919. All right. You'll be able to register for the firearm safety classes and training that we're doing. All right. All this will be on the site. Warriors in a Garden. Warriors in a Garden. All right. Warriors in a Garden. I'll put this up on Facebook and other places where you can see it. If you're around in the ATL on that particular weekend, on May 18th, that Sunday, check out the Soul Cinema Sunday at the Plaza Theater. All right. The film that they're going to be showing is Malcolm X. Very timely. All right. The Plaza Theater is at 1049 Ponce de Leon Avenue, Northeast. That's the Plaza Theater. For more information, call 510-473-2553. And last, but second to last, this is my group, the Soul Om Collective. Family, come on through and check us out. All right. Matter of fact, you can support independent Black music right now by going to www.professorgriff.bandcamp.com and purchase the single. The single is only $3, fam. All right. If you shake your grandmama's bra out, some change is about to fall out. Go under the cushion of the couch in the living room. You're bound to find a quarter, nickel, dime. All right. Don't go to Starbucks this week buying their expensive whatever they're selling over there, because I don't go to Starbucks anymore. You can muster up $3. Go to www.professorgriff.bandcamp.com, fam. All right. Support independent Black music, independent groups. Last but not least, if you are still interested, all right, in survival training, a survival guide, the Black Pack that I had put together. If you're in dire and desperate need of understanding and prioritizing your safety and preparedness, if you do not have the essential supplies and tools that you need to protect yourself and your family when the grid go down, if you don't understand disaster preparedness and self-defense, no one understands you need to take this class this Sunday. All right? You need to take this class this Sunday. All right? It's when the shit hits the fan, part 2. I did part 1. It's beautiful. The people got the necessary information that they need. April 27th at 7 p.m. All right? Private Zoom meeting only. All right? All right. Give thanks, Megan_IG. Thank you very much. All right. Back to the conversation. All right. Where we at, fam? I don't see y'all. I'm not going to be on here too much longer. All right. Shout out to my man Sir Jinx. Peace. What's good with you, bro? I want a Glock for my I want a Glock for my safety, only used with community consent. Okay, I got you. But you still need to be trained on how to use that Glock. Sup, Jinx? What's good with you, man? D Train 704. I know you're not the original D Train. Come on, man. That was my dude. Tony T guy. I guess it's Tony the tough guy. All right. Anyway, family. Let's reiterate what we were saying and what we've been saying. Al Sharpton and the National Action Network have been actively involved in discussions and potential actions related to Target's recent decision regarding diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI initiatives. Since then, Jamal Bryant and other people have called a boycott. The boycott is successful because if it wasn't, Target would not have reached out to whom they think is the leader for Black people. Okay. Some of y'all, and I do have some of y'all screenshots and I do have some of y'all's names written down in a file on my computer. You were the ones telling people like me and other people that protests don't work. Boycotts don't work. Why not? Put what in the chat? Nia Muhammad. Walaikum salam, sis. Talk to me, fam. I'm here for it. Talk to me. I thought so. You know something? When you have your fingers on the pulse of the people and you're actually speaking to the people, I notice a lot of people don't have too much to say. You understand what I'm saying? But it's a beautiful thing because it shows that we're in alignment and we get it. Listen, me not going to Wally World, Walmart, and Target is demonstrating and showing me as an individual something that I can find these items that I need someplace else. That's another thing I want to begin to talk about with the men's meeting, Blaine. Let's stop talking about circulating the black dollar and let's start circulating the black dollar. I go out of my way to go give my money to somebody that looks like me. Do I have to drive another 5 miles to go buy the smoothie that's a lot healthier than what's the smoothie place? Smoothie King? Yeah. But the African brothers that make it at the African shop on Camelton Road, they make a good, healthy smoothie. I need that. I need that. Hold on, fam. This IG thing is acting up. Let me just end it. Let me just at least put my name on it. Hold on. All right. All right. Incognito. Peace. What's happening with you? Anyway, in the meantime, between time, family, I think, like I said earlier, get accustomed to your divine instructions coming from on high. I mean that literally, and I do mean that symbolically, metaphorically, metaphysically, all of the above. Let your divine instruction come from on high. Let your divine instruction come from on high. All right? Your inner self will tell you when to move and how to move. All right? If you stay in tune, listen to the inner voice, it won't lead you astray, but you have to be in tune with yourself. All right? I'm going to put the link to supporting the Soul Om Collective, www.professorgriff.bandcamp.com. When you go to Bandcamp, look for the song Turquoise by the Soul Om Collective. All right? All right. Anyway, fam, I'm not going to be on here long. Hold on. All right. So, family, let's understand this. It is a must. It is a must, all right, that we let these people hear our voices, whether we're in these digital streets, all right, and let these other people know what these large platforms and people on their platforms and that kind of thing, and they speak to them. You're right. Let it come from AI, the ancestral intelligence. All right, family. This is your brother, Professor Griff. I got to get ready to get off of here. All right. It's been very real. Thank you all very much for coming on, being with me. All right. I got kicked off of IG a couple of times, so that's just the way that goes. All right. Anyway, I appreciate the comments. I got to get ready to get out of here. I love y'all to life, and I will definitely see you in the comments, and I'm definitely coming on Friday to sum some of this stuff up because we have to talk about the SAVE Act. All right, it's imperative and it's a must. All right. Once again, go to www.professorgriff.bandcamp.com. All right. All right, fam. Y'all be well, be safe. All right. Peace.